We are so incredibly happy to have the head coach of the Orlando Magic, Jamahl Mosley, joining us now. I mean, that dap, I don't think I've ever connected on anything that good. That's a good dap. The dap heard around the world, if you will.
I was excited.
With Desmond Bane, obviously great to have him on your squad. How has it been having a vet like him on the team? It's
been fantastic. Just talking to people throughout the league that have coached him, been around him, his ability to reach out to the guys has been good so far. He was in the gym the other day with Franz and Anthony Black already. Just his work ethic, his character, his care factor, just leadership that he brings to the table is going to be so special for us.
I mean, for me, I look at you guys as a connected group. You guys really understand the power of connection. You guys, it's really, you understand who the two main guys are, but everyone stars in their role in that team. So when you bring a guy in from outside and you have a connected group, how do you see him fitting? I know you already reached out to guys and all that, but once you get in high-intensity situations and tempers get to flaring, some of that stuff goes out the window. I'm a true believer in building those relationships and those connections off the basketball court, and that just helps you. When you're playing next to a brother as a teammate, it's different. How are those guys building that, and how are you encouraging it?
They're doing things throughout the summer. Like I said, Jalen's over in the other gym working out right now. Anthony Black's with him. These guys stay connected throughout the summer. They've reached out. They're text messaging each other. They're staying connected that way, and I think that's so important for this group, just to continue the chemistry of what our core guys have already built up until this point, and adding Desmond, who is someone that fits that. He knows about that. He understands what it takes in order to win at a high level, that it's the chemistry and the camaraderie you have, as well as the real live conversations that you have to have on a daily basis.
Coach, every year we see that under the radar transaction that people really aren't talking about. And last year we saw Alex Caruso go to Oklahoma City. This year, Tyus Jones comes to the Magic. How about his impact as far as, certainly from the locker room presence, as far as a veteran, but also a guy that can run the offense for you?
Well, it's so important. I mean, Tyus is connected more than people just see from the outside of what he's able to do on the court. You got to think he played with Desmond for years. He knows Paolo because of the Duke connection. He's from Minnesota, where Jalen Suggs is from Minnesota. He's the old head in Minnesota, to say. And then there's Wendell, who's also at Duke. So those connections go, farther than the court. So that ability to have that in the locker room is huge.
I mean, first and foremost for me, let me just give you credit. I think y'all got the most two-way players in the league. When I look at your roster and I played against y'all, we run 17 pick and rolls and you still don't have a matchup you want to attack. So kudos to that, the guys that want to defend. But I'm going to get on the offensive end of it. Desmond Bane had a lot of experience handling the ball with Ja out. He got better at it. I saw it. They were able to win a couple games. He got comfortable doing it. Getting Suggs back, he's a guy who's able to handle the ball. You just also brought up Tyus. You're going to have a lot of different options out there to play with. Is your wheels already turning about how we're going to maneuver this and keep guys engaged and involved?
The wheels have been turning, and I think that's the great part about it. I talked to Dez's, college coach Jamie. He played point in college. So when he got the ball in his hands when Ja was out, he was able to control that offense and understand what he needed to do. And the biggest part for our guys is you want decision makers. You want guys that can make the right play at the right time for their teammates. And when you have that point guard mentality, you're able to get others involved the right way, and that's what we have.
I mean, this is my last thing. So many people complain about the trade and say you gave up too much. But what I tell people is when you have guys like Wagner and you have guys like Paolo, these are guys that can dominate their one-on-one match. If you can give them just an inch more space offensively, it makes all the difference for these offensively talented guys. So people saying what you gave up for Desmond Bane, but they don't understand the impact that that's going to have for you guys offensively. And he's a dog defensively as well.
Two-way player. Two-way player, and you said it's a difference between a step of Paolo getting down the lane and then a guy helping off the strong side corner or him staying hugged up, and that's the difference maker for us.
Obviously, the Eastern Conference is kind of up in the air. When you think about all the pieces and the roster that you have is currently constructed, how do you feel like you guys stack up in the East?
I like where our team is. I like the moves we've made. The DeVos family going in, our front office going in, understanding what we're capable of doing when we're healthy. I think that plays a big part in it. We talked about being top 4, top 5 last year. And I think our guys are hungry enough to understand that we got to, you got to play the year. Training camp's going to be a great line of competition for each one of these guys. But I like where we stack up in the East.
Well, and I'm going to double up on what UD said as far as when you go, and it's not even really in trade when you trade draft picks that are in 2028 or 2030, because, Coach, you know this, your roster is young.
Yeah.
It's not like you're adding Desmond to a group of players in their mid-30s and this is the last run or you have a 2-year window. But when you just signed Paolo to that max contract. Franz was signed last year. You have Jalen, who was signed to an extension. Like, this group could be together for the next 3 or 4 years in a world where we live in this world of like 2-year windows, right? And we never want to say the window is always open, but this group could be together for a long period of time. And
like UD said, that chemistry and that camaraderie goes so far. And when you have it with a young core group of guys that have gotten paid, the next step is to how do you create championship culture? How do you create it's about winning now, not about trying to get the check. You've done that, so now what's about the important part for the team, and how can we build and keep growing and going there?
All right, so we're here at Summer League, obviously. Let's talk about what your guys were able to do last night against the Kings. 4 minutes left is where we start this one off. Tristan Da Silva.
Yes. His ability to step up and play this year is going to be big for us. Very big.
Another guy who's not bad defensively as well.
His length, his size, his basketball IQ, Jace Richardson, his speed, his basketball IQ. We keep talking about the IQ of guys. That's so important. You want guys that can just continue to make the right play.
Yeah.
Just like that whip baseline.
That's exactly right.
Like
baseline drive, baseline drift. Make sure we got that corner filled.
What did you like?
Good pass.
What did you like out of what they were able to do last night against the Kings?
Well, they started off a little bit slow, and I think that's first game jitters, but their ability to come back. And what we talk about us as a team is we're going to keep fighting no matter the score, no matter the time. And then now that they got comfortable within that first game under their belt, knowing what they're able to do, the quick passes, the quick decisions, making your teammates better. The energy that we have to bring every single night, both offensively and defensively, is going to be big for this group.
What do you think are the biggest things that they need to work on in order to get to the team to where you want them to be in the Eastern Conference next season?
I really think it's a mindset. I mean, our guys all work. They all work, whether they're together in the gym or they're out on their own getting their work in, they all work. So the mindset of understanding what it takes to build and be a champion. And I think that's just championship habits, championship focus, understand the ability to communicate with each other at a high level and push each other to a different degree. Coaches can put them in the best situation to be successful. We do that. But again, on that court, they've got to be able to push each other willingly and hold each other accountable at that high level.
Beautiful. Anything else, guys?
I'm happy you said that. I mean, as great as you guys are, there were times where there was on the basketball court and D-Wade or Brown would look at us and say, don't look at them. They can't help us right now.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
And that's why, to the point of the chemistry and the camaraderie, when you can hold your brothers on that court accountable, it changes levels for a team.
Yes.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck the rest of the way.
I'm excited.
Thank you for joining us on NBA Today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA,